Welcome to the Bam and Beyond podcast. This is the podcast where you learn more about BAM, the team, and everything happening with British Asian media and beyond. If you're new to BAM, we are a digital media company dedicated to bringing together the British Asian community and bridging the gap with the rest of the world. My name is Sophia.
I'm Simon.
I'm Sunny.
And I'm Ray. So guys, the latest announcement from the government that is supposed to commence on Monday, the 14th of September. Gatherings of 6 or more, you aren't allowed to do so anymore. Oh, that was a poem. So what's everyone's thoughts? What's everyone's thoughts outside of that real talk?
I mean, this is right after they made us all go out to eat last month. Like,
I mean,
mixed
literally,
messages.
Eat Out is still going on. Like, I mean, some restaurants extended as well. So, like, everyone was like getting comfortable. Like, Monday to Wednesday was like the days to go eat out, 50% off, £10 off per person. And now you're like, right, let's blame people for going out because our numbers have risen. And you're like, but like, you literally encouraged it.
Yet schools are open. Classrooms of 30 or more people.
Yes.
You're not finding the kids, are you? You're not finding the people who are working in the office, are you? No.
Literally. Like yesterday, because I was on my way out and it made me so happy to like see little children because there's this like, I think there were siblings and they were just so excited to go back to school. And then I started to like deep it and I'm like, in this pandemic life. And then I went to my bus stop, right? So packed with school children. Some buses had to, I think, just like move past. And bear in mind, you know how what time does school start? About like what 8:30-ish maybe. It was around that time, and there was still a lot of students not being able to get on the bus, to the point where when this one bus finally came, all the children like they just squished in, like pushed through. And I think the bus driver was like telling them off, like telling some of them like to like get off because social distancing. So
Wait, because I heard on the radio as well that there's some like school priority buses at the moment to help accommodate that. So maybe that was that bus where it could take the kids, but
probably I don't know.
I've seen it in my area. They've got this really bland piece of paper on the windows and it says schools like for students, and I was just like, okay, it makes sense. But yeah, it's crazy. Kind of annoys me a little bit now because I want us, the whole BAM team, to meet, but we're more than a group of 6.
Yep.
Yes.
And I'm just like, excuse me, this is not okay. I'm sorry. I want to meet my team.
I'm still yet to see everyone else.
Yeah. Oh, man. But to be fair, it feels like it's going into another second lockdown. Obviously, it's not been announced as of yet, but your thoughts, guys, because going into lockdown back in March now, think about it, that's quite a while back now.
Oh gosh. Like, that was this year?
Yeah, that was this year.
That was this year.
It was genuinely this year.
Wait, what day is it? I don't know.
I remember lockdown officially started, from what I recall, on March the 19th or something around that.
Yeah, something
really?
like that.
For me, it was Friday the 24th of March because the reason why I remember is because I was in Nottingham at the time. So I was still at uni. And then that week I was like preparing for my dissertation, like focus groups and stuff. And then everyone suddenly was like, I'm going home. I'm flying home. And I was like, what? Like I was so sad because like obviously this was like my final year at university and I was thinking like I'm gonna make the most of it, like I'm gonna stay at uni until like right at the end and like do the most, party everything. And then suddenly like COVID happened and then everything that happened, like my mom was like pushing me to come back like earlier because I was planning to come back like on the weekend of that, but then lockdown got announced that Friday that they were going to close all the restaurants and stuff like that. Like you wouldn't be able to eat in anymore and stuff. So my mom was like, come home. Like literally just come home this Friday. Like, I don't want you to get in an awkward situation where you can't get out of it. And there's not going to be enough like transport links to get back. So that's why I remember like that specific Friday of just coming home and being like, damn, this is it. Yeah. I came home to become a recluse in my own house.
Yeah.
I think I remember it because of when Animal Crossing came out, and that was one of the last times I was in London, and it was such a weird vibe going to a game in Wardour Street. This is like Friday, middle of the day, dead, and it's I think it was just before the announcement.
I just remember the rumors that, you know, I remember there was a joke about how like it's funny how Animal Crossing came at such a good time, like such a good time, and there was like these conspiracy theories that what's Nintendo doing?
Oh gosh. Yeah, because they sold out. Like,
yeah, that was. I could not cop a Switch. Well, I still haven't got a Switch to this day, and I'm glad that I didn't, because I would probably be gaming like no tomorrow. But I've been a lot more productive. But yeah, I remember, like, for me though, March was a very difficult time for me and my family as a whole. It was just, I went into ultra lockdown for like a solid 2 months. So yeah, in terms of, because me, I'm 200% a socialite. I love hanging out with people. I love my friends. I'm somewhat, I would call myself, I'm ambivert, but I'm leaning towards the extroverted side. So like, as me not being able to see my friends who I used to see on a weekly basis, which is something that we'd always do and hang out, get absolutely mangled. But yeah, because we do like the good spoons, but when spoons shut down, we're like, oh no, well, not shut down, when spoons was locked off, like I didn't know what to do. So yeah, I had to adapt in a sense.
How did you guys cope?
For real, Sunny?
I've been locked down the longest out of these lot. So yeah, I've literally just been at home. The times that I did go out, it was just to do some grocery shopping, that sort of thing. Did not see any friends until recently. But yeah, no, I mean, I guess for me it wasn't, I mean, I was always out, not because I was always seeing friends. And if it was, I'll just like stumble across like Ray or Simon, because I'm always at Gaza. And if I was out as well, it'll be because I'm filming, right? So it's just like those things. So I guess in a way, doing work or whatever. So when lockdown happened, it didn't really affect me that much. I was like, I'm not gonna be really missing out, really, or missing a lot of people, because I don't know if I've talked about it in the podcast before, but I know that I've talked about it to you guys, how I spent a lot of my time alone anyway in school and just did my schoolwork and stuff. So I did talk to people, but I didn't see those people in school outside of school, if that makes sense. So in a way, I was perfectly fine. And just like Ray, I was very, very productive. I think having BAM like really helped with that too. So yeah, I mean, it was a bit of a madness with like school and stuff at first, because we didn't know what was going to happen. We didn't know if exams were still going to push through. So we're here trying to study, but then they were telling us exams were cancelled. So it's like, do I study or do I not study? Whatever. But you know, just adapt in a way. Yeah. So
I feel like a lot of people were either hella productive or not.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I think it's not a bad thing if you weren't productive. It's kind of like, well, it's a global pandemic. You're supposed to start your business right now, like.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I know there was a lot of talk about like toxic productivity during the like the period of the pandemic, because some people were like, oh no, I need to be productive, but then some people it's like you take the break that you need. Like honestly, like it's perfectly fine to not be doing anything. Like we're in the middle of a pandemic, like you're not expected to be able to have to do these things, like, and it's completely fine to like take care of yourself during this time. Like not everybody copes the same way as others. And I think it was really weird for me when I was coming into like quarantine and the lockdown, because I was in my final year. I just graduated as well, and like so much changed for me, because I was just like, I'm the type of person who can't study at home, by the way. Like I'm the type of person who has to go to the library, will sit there for like, I don't know, some stupid 24 hours before the deadline doing my like writing an essay. But like yeah, oh my god, I can't. Like in terms of last minute, like guys, please, I encourage you, don't be last minute like me. I said to myself since year one that I was not gonna be last minute, and right till the end of my final piece, my dissertation, I handed that in 10 minutes before it's due. Don't do it. But that's another story. But like I was literally, I had to like adapt to just studying at home, because obviously we couldn't go out, we couldn't go to cafes, couldn't go to libraries, and I was no longer at uni. So it was so hard for me. Like, and at first I was just in a slump where I was like, I don't know, it's so easy to get distracted at home. Like, I don't know about you guys, but for me, it's like when you're in a working environment, it encourages you to work. But then if you're at home, you feel a lot more comfortable, and it's a lot harder to adapt. So for me, that was like one of the hardest things. And then it was really weird because, you know, everyone was doing all those quarantine things like baking and whatnot and cleaning and everything. Like, because I spent at least the past like 3 months or so, like I was just studying. So I missed all the quarantine like antics that everyone was doing during, like, you know, to occupy themselves. And then like the day after like my dissertation was due, I had a band meeting with you guys, and here we are. So there's that.
That's so sick. Yeah.
How did you
What
cope,
you
Ray?
say?
Because you were working from home.
I was. You're so right. In terms of that, I discovered so many different things about myself, like being at home all the time. Like, I realized I like to sleep. Like, I love sleep. I realized that I spent a lot of time trying to kill time on social media as well. I also try to juggle like my mental health as well, just to maintain like I was just to make sure I was okay, trying to just open up a window for some fresh air, just like, oh, I went outside for a bit, but I really didn't. I was like inside, I locked myself inside, but open up a window for like some fresh air. It's like really cool. Working from home was definitely something I had to adapt to. I do not a lot of people do like working from home. I'm one of the people that doesn't. I feel like I'm a lot more productive when I'm in an office space. And it's crazy, the amount of things that I did during lockdown as well. I met a crap ton of people online. I mean, I've always had a knack in terms of making friends online anyway, but like I met a plethora from different media platforms, from Discord to Zoom to TikTok. Yeah, but it's amazing. Like how, actually, do you remember the period of time, sorry, just to throw this out there, the period of time when TikTok was just mass downloaded by everyone?
Yeah.
During
Oh
the
my
lockdown.
God.
And I think for me, everything for me, it was just like the funniest period of time because everyone was trying to do TikTok.
Yes.
I am well aware. Like people that I never would have expected to do TikTok was on TikTok, and like it's really interesting to see how far TikTok has come. Like I feel like the few things that came out that like did really well because of COVID was 1, TikTok, 2, Zoom, 3, Discord, and well, everyone with their Nintendo Switch was like a massive thing as well because it sold out everywhere. So I feel like they benefited a lot.
I was gonna say house party as well.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna
house
say
party. Yeah, exactly.
But I never
Netflix
used
party
that.
as well.
House party.
I
I
live
was
on
always on
Netflix.
house party.
Yeah, that was crazy. Just
How
trying
did
to
I
say.
cope? I think I coped through. I think the first few months were a mixture of Animal Crossing and TikTok, because I managed to get a few followers on TikTok, which was interesting experiment. And then it became focused on BAM, and here we are.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's nuts.
Yeah, I honestly, like, it was kind of. I don't say it was. It was more straightforward for me because, like, first half of last year, I wasn't working, so I was at home the most of that time. So I was like, this is just kind of like a round two for me in a sense. But yeah, I think for me, because I'm like where you were saying you're ambivert, leaning towards extrovert.
Yeah,
I feel like I am, but just a tad bit introverted still. Like I enjoy my alone time.
Yeah,
so much.
Yeah,
oh, so do I. So do I.
That for me, getting a lot of alone time helped too. But I can understand that too much of that being who, along with your thoughts as well, has its.
Yeah, definitely, without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah.
Hence why I was so grateful to have like Discord and Zoom and FaceTime. Like I set myself a challenge. This is, if anyone is who watches and knows me, this is okay. I downloaded a lot of dating apps during the period of time, and I set myself the challenge of seeing how many people would be down to have a shot with me over FaceTime.
Oh, I love this
And
video.
I really wanted to make a compilation. Fortunately for me, like I didn't get that many matches, so I was like, okay, whatever. But the people I asked were like all of my international friends who I met online anyway. So a bunch of people who I met on Discord, on Zoom. I'd be calling them and I'd be pretty drunk. Not that I'm promoting alcohol, but Captain Morgan's, if you want to sponsor me. Just kidding.
Jinro,
if you want to sponsor
Hi.
BAM.
Oh my God.
Yeah, hi. No, but honestly, the amount of alcohol intake, but it was just more like it was something fun to do as well, and then sort of like having Zoom calls as well as house party calls with my social friends to kind of like, we had like little events that we'd play drinking games together, and it was odd, but it was like nice to sort of like have that sort of interaction as a whole. And then I had this conversation with a friend, and the reality hit me. Yes, we were all drinking together online, but when we'd hang up the call, we'd realize that we were actually drinking alone.
Wow.
That just went deep so quick.
That went with like 0 to 100 real quick.
I know. But that for me, I was just like, oh, I really did drink alone. I'm
just
out
felt
here
like
cheersing my
heart
laptop.
drop.
Yeah, I know. Because we're out here just cheersing our laptops, and we're actually not cheersing anyone. But
I was gonna say, as long as the glass is empty by the time you hang up, you're good.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all good. But yeah, did you guys make any friends online?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
And I didn't think I would, right? Like little me, who was just happy being by herself, like in her little corner, whether it's in school or at Gaza, where Ray and Simon always sees me at 8 p.m.
Wow, the timestamp.
The timestamp is there.
Yeah, no. So I think it was Peter's cousin, Hugh. We had just reconnected on TikTok, actually. He found me on TikTok, and I was like, I watched your videos. I was 13. I don't know if you remember me, but I remember you. But anyways, that's like a different story. And he was like to me, oh, do you have a house party? And I said, I used to, but I don't anymore. And he was like, oh, you should like download it back, because, you know, like there are other kids like your age who are on TikTok too, and like Discord, and, you know, like go meet those people. And I was like, okay. And then he introduced me to like a bunch of these people, and then I think around that time, that's when I started to like learn more about Discord ish. However, at that time, like BAM, we were still in the process of, you know, like setting up our own server. So I was on their server and just like seeing the scene and that, and then and then now we're in the BAM Discord, where I met like more lovely people, like Sophia's friend Andrew, who's just literally the sweetest person ever.
Legend. Shouts
Always
to Andrew.
checking up on you, checking up on the team, and I did make a lot of friends during this pandemic.
I mean, I would throw that out there. If it wasn't for this lockdown, I wouldn't have met all of the band members now. I essentially met them all through Simon, and him inviting me back, inviting like me to just be part of the team. Well, I was already part of the team, but it's more like just to be more and more involved. And then I got to meet them all through a Zoom call. The meeting that Sophia was talking about earlier, like after she finished her dissertation, next day, boom, the BAM meeting. But yeah, it was dope seeing that.
That's crazy. Yeah, I feel like this year I connected. Yeah, this lockdown I connected with Jem, and I already knew Gio before from an old colleague. But yeah, it's just the way things work out, right? Like
yeah, definitely.
Wait, I'm actually trying to think. Wait, Ray, when did we even say let's do Discord? Because I can't actually remember now.
So when we first made it, well, the server already existed, but when we discussed it, I think we were already in like sort of June-ish time, June, July, because I got my godbrother John to help out with it and set up. That was back then, but I might have to even just check through all of our logs as a whole, because it was quite a while back.
Because I think when we were talking about like the platforms we wanted to be on, and I think it was because of TikTok. I think the TikTok groups.
Yeah, definitely.
And we were like, hey, why don't we have one? But yeah, I've only been using Discord mainly this year. I think we used to use it before when we played League and stuff.
Yeah, we definitely.
But it wasn't like a fully fledged server.
No, we just did it as a group, little private server, and played games.
Yeah. Sophia, when did you start using Discord?
Yeah, so I think I mentioned in one of the first episodes I was in the podcast that like I started using Discord late last year. And then I ended up being a mod for that server that I ended up joining. And like, I don't know, it's really come a long way, because thinking about like how much people use Discord now, like we've encouraged, especially with the introduction of like the BAM Discord, we've had like so many people joining. And like we've encouraged so many people to make Discord as well, and like now they're becoming so much more active. Like for example, you guys mentioned about Andrew. I remember telling him, and we were literally like debating about how he was like, I don't want to use Discord, and I was like, go get Discord. And then he got Discord, and like eventually, and he was like, oh, you said you have a server, right? And I was like, yeah, we have the bamnbeyond server, like come join. And then look now, like
look, he's on level 10 now.
I know,
one of the
like
most
he's
active members. Yeah,
literally.
Yeah. So shout out to Andrew, even though we had the dispute over Discord. But like honestly, Discord is just amazing with how much you can use it for. And I feel like it's just, we've talked about it so far that like we've already got like 200 members. And thinking about it, I would never have thought about that. Like how far we've come. Yeah, literally in 1 month. Like we started on the 1st of August officially. And like it's already like in early September. Like it's insane.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, another note, so I talked about like Zoom, and like we talked about Zoom and everything, but it's funny that I knew about Zoom, but I never used it until you guys introduced the BAM meeting. That was like the first time I ever like opened Zoom. And now like Zoom is my life with you guys.
It was because of Simon. Simon was like, do you have a Zoom? I'm like, no, it isn't. He was like, you should get Zoom. And then that's when we started to have like our meetings and stuff.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, for me, I knew about Zoom prior, just because I was active on TikTok and I was active in a bunch of different Discord servers as a whole, and ended up joining a little Filipino community. And they're my family. Shouts to them. Shouts to my Zoom Bahay fam. During the lockdown, and they were super like, I'm the big older brother. I'm like the Kuya Ray. They call me Kuya Ray because I'm technically, yes, I am the oldest out of all of them. They're all like young. We all like group together, fall asleep on Zoom, like back in the day when you'd fall asleep on Skype with like your friends and stuff. I did that a lot, but I feel like Zoom is the new Skype essentially, but it's just a lot more versatile than Skype ever was. But yeah, it was cool to have people on sort of on Zoom. Zoom was one of the other things that I did. To be fair, I didn't use House Party as much as I thought I would. I rarely used it. But yeah, I think it's just because I was more on Zoom and Discord as a whole. But yeah.
Yeah, I actually used Netflix Party a lot actually during this quarantine, because like me and my friends wanted to start like some K-drama series and stuff like that. So we were like, you know what, like let's try Netflix Party. And I was like, you know what, why not? And like it's actually super convenient and stuff when you want to watch stuff together, especially if you guys have Netflix. So I used that, and I knew about House Party, but I actually never tried it. I only knew about it because of Sunny actually, and she mentioned it. Yeah, but also a funny thing. So on Discord, right? So I knew about Discord because of like servers and stuff like that, and that's when I got into it. But I remember when we were like adapting to like, you know, having classes online and stuff, and my teacher actually made a Discord server so we could hold a seminar. So I had a seminar on Discord as well. And,
What?
and
Okay.
yeah, so when I was telling my friend, I was like joking about to my friends, and I was like, hey, you know what? I gotta go. I have a seminar on Discord. And my friend's like,
Huh?
huh?
What?
And I was
That's
just
crazy.
like, no, like I'm serious.
God.
And then yeah, so that was interesting. I never thought I would be using a predominantly gaming like, you know,
Yeah.
platform for class.
Mhm.
But you know, COVID has really brought out a lot of new interesting ways to like, you know, learn, I
Yeah,
guess.
fair.
Yeah, Discord has actually kind of rebranded itself now because of its huge growth during lockdown. Because
Yeah.
as you said, it was more predominantly known for like gaming and terms like the voice chats and stuff, and now it's literally more kind of promoting itself as like, oh, a place for you guys, for people to hang out online and stuff like that. But yeah, sign me up to Discord University, yo. Like,
Yeah, for real. Honestly, I'm down.
Me.
That'd be so sick. Speaking of which, I know that we all just been like talking about how we trying to have a social life online and whatnot. Now that like obviously during this period of time, as that time went forward, like lockdown lightened a little bit, and we were able to go out and hang out with friends again. Like, how was that for you guys? When was the first time you guys went out? Do you guys recall and whatnot?
Well, I know that Sunny went out pretty recently, so I would be surprised if she didn't remember. But I remember for me, it was actually really funny because the last day of lockdown, I went to go eat sushi with my friends. And then, like, the first thing I did, like, coming out of lockdown was also eat sushi with the same friend at the same place and everything. And it's funny how, like that 3 month gap or whatever was literally. And then here we are. And now I guess like I've been eating out a lot more, especially with the eat out scheme. So
200%.
Yeah.
you gotta get that discount. We're Asian.
wow, that's true though.
Yeah,
Do be
I
true.
don't see anything wrong with that. Nope.
Literally.
Yeah. About you, Sai?
I feel so bad. I don't know who it is. If whoever I saw first after lockdown eased, I am so sorry. I can't remember.
Like,
Like,
this
I
person that
know.
messaged you and be like, it was me.
It's just Simon and remembering any like names and anything. He's just like, I'm so sorry. I don't
I'm
remember.
so sorry. But I mean, I've been finding it like going out now. It's just kind of frustrating when I see people not wearing masks on public transport, walking a bit too close to me, to others, and it's like, yeah, especially
No.
like I feel like I hang out mostly around Soho as well now,
Okay.
and Soho right now is just
It's
Packed.
manic. It is
Packed.
insane.
like, yeah. So I'm coping. I feel like I've started to get a little bit more anxious recently when again like seeing number of cases go up and stuff. But I mean,
yeah.
I'm doing my best to, I guess, keep my distance from people, wear my masks. But overall, it's been mostly okay. Like I'm seeing a lot more people wear masks, which is good.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
For me, it was a social distance hangout at someone's house, so I wasn't out in public. It was at a barbecue. Got invited, so all of my friends who I normally go out drinking with, you had me at team, my god brother. But yeah, we had a barbecue, and then the following day it was my sister's birthday, so I didn't want my sister to miss out on her 18th. She turned 18 this year, so I just didn't want her to miss out on at least having a good day, you know. So we went out to the park, and my family, my cousins and my auntie came, and it was really nice. It was a really sweet little gathering that we all did. But yeah, it was definitely something different because what we had planned for her is completely opposite. We had something we had planned. Filipinos always know about the booze. had a flamboyant booking for a hotel and everything, massive dresses, bougie. But you know, it was just a chill thing that we did. Ended up like a sort of buying a bunch of balloons and sticking them on the wall, just to be like, just so that she could have somewhat make herself feel a little bit special. And obviously the time when it was happening, that during the lockdown period, yes, it was lightened, but it was just, I tried to make it as many people as possible, but obviously keep it as safe as possible. Wearing masks in the park. Only time we took off our masks, to be fair, was to eat the food and take photos, because, you know, aesthetics. But but yeah, essentially that was my first experience in terms of, but I've been going out a lot since then. Yamen food.
Yeah.
August was all about food still, and Asian August, but yes. But you, Sunny?
Me was Pete. He doesn't like me calling him Pete. I have to call him Chung. So, anyways, it was.
Is it because he's a Chung Ting? Is that
No, because it's his second
Vietnamese
name.
name.
His
oh, it's
Vietnamese
Vietnamese
name.
name. Oh.
Yeah, when I call him Peter, he says it hurts my heart. And I'm like, okay, Chung. So he was the first one I actually saw, and it was last minute actually. Like we were about to end the call, and he was like, "Oh, what are you doing in between? Like you collecting your things?" And I said, "Oh, going home." Like, what else am I gonna do? He's like, "Oh, like let's just quickly meet up, like chill at a park that's like nearby your house and stuff." And so we did that. Did some grocery shopping for a picnic, and then the last person I saw was also him, actually. So being out for the first time with like obviously like more people was actually on Sophia's birthday. Happy birthday, Sophia. Sorry. So it was so it was Sophia and other girls, the BAM fam, so Gio and Phoebe. I didn't get to meet everyone else. I know that everyone else like met up later that day, but I couldn't stay out for too long. And it was just really nice, obviously, like to be out and to see the BAM fam, like, because I just see you guys through Zoom calls, and I just want to be able to like give you guys that hug. And it was really lovely. And obviously I got to see like other friends too, like Alyssa and John La and yeah, it was pretty cool actually. But yeah, I could relate to like Sai talking about getting very anxious with like seeing people in public transport not wearing masks. Like as I was on my way to see the girls, I got on the train. I was so surprised. I'm like, I swear we're supposed to be wearing like masks and stuff. Why are they still letting people on? And that really like frustrated me. And there'd be some people who would sit beside me when there's like literally other spaces on the train.
Did you move?
Yeah, I moved. I'm like, good. I don't usually like move, but in this pandemic life, I have to move, especially when you're not wearing a mask. Like, I'm sorry.
200%.
It's for my safety and like your safety too, right? So
the level of irresponsibility that some people in the UK have is ridiculous.
I couldn't. It's worse on the bus, actually. It's worse on the bus.
Actually, in my area, the bus is not too bad. I prefer taking the bus in my ends.
Really?
Everyone in my ends wears a mask.
Like, I agree.
So bad.
In my ends.
So bad.
But I think one thing I actually want to say is like, you know how we were talking about that the new lockdown procedure where if you have groups bigger than 6, you get fined £100. The other thing I wanted to talk about is like masks, like with the whole mask regulations and stuff. Like I was gonna say that like I swear you're meant to get stopped if you don't wear a mask on public transport or like the supermarket, like and stuff like that. But how come people are still being let in, let alone they're not being fined for it? Or I don't know any cases where people are being fined. So I'm really surprised that like I don't know how well this like they're actually gonna implement like this new rule.
Literally.
I think with all the rules as well is like they introduce it so last minute, but then it's kind of like, oh, this is gonna happen in like a week or so, and it's like, yeah. But I am seeing those like banners, those like adverts where it does say that if you're not wearing a face covering, you will get fined. But the only thing I think for me is I feel you see people wearing masks, but not wearing like the right kind of masks.
Yeah, and they're not wearing it in the correct manner as well. Like,
yeah, the ones who like wear
under
it,
here.
just covering their mouth, covering their neck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
And
I know it. No, sorry, go on.
Go,
No, like,
go.
yeah, no, it's like, I know it's uncomfortable, and like, yeah, trust me, like, it's uncomfortable, right? Like, you can't really like breathe properly, but it's even like worse with like, obviously, if you, let's say, like, get
Exposing
COVID,
yourself, yeah.
exposing yourself and stuff, like, you're literally like risking your life right then and there. So it's like, you know, it's hard. Like, because me, I don't really have the best lungs, so having to like wear a mask makes it even harder for me to breathe. But it's like, I still have to do it, you know, like, for my own safety and the people around me too. So
And the other thing I was going to add is like, I've also seen people like, obviously I was talking about that it's mandatory to wear masks like on public transport and stuff. So I've seen people like put on a mask as they go through the barriers, but then take it off when they're on the tube. And I'm just like, you've literally like ignored the complete point of wearing that mask. Like, the whole point is you put it on, then you take it off and stuff like that. So I'm just like, why? Don't even bother at this point. Like, you're putting yourself at risk and everyone else at risk at this point.
Yeah. But as long as it,
Go on.
Oh no, I just want to make sure that everyone just continues to stay safe. That's literally what I want to make sure, because I want to be able to go out and have that freedom again, to hang out with people, to go out and to live quote unquote normally, rather than having to be in this constant attitude of fear, because what we're in right now is a very scary time. I'm not gonna lie. Having experienced it firsthand with my family, I know what this virus can do. But I just want to make sure that everyone is taking the right precautions and doesn't take it as lightly, because it's not no common cold, not no flu. It's something that has taken many a life. But yeah, I just want to make sure that everyone's staying safe. You know, wear your masks, guys. Carry hand sanitizer in your pocket.
2 meters.
2 meters apart. Yeah.
So I think the one thing that we can reiterate from this podcast overall is, guys, stay safe. Make sure that you guys are washing your hands, bring your hand sanitizer, wearing your mask properly, the social distance within the said meters that you need to. And you know what? We just want to make sure that you guys are all safe and okay. Yeah.
So that we can see you at a physical meetup at some point in the future.
Yes. Yes.
So, to round off the podcast, actually, we have a special announcement to make, which I will hand over to Simon.
Guys, just to let you know, this is the season finale. Can you believe it? Like, we've gone through 10 episodes and a special. Like, we started this beginning of July and we've made it this far. I'm feeling very excited for season 2. We're going to bring some changes. We've got different ideas of how we can improve it, make it better. So yeah, make sure you binge through the other episodes if you haven't checked them out yet. You can watch it on YouTube as well. Yeah, so I'm so happy yet so sad yet. Like, we'll be back.
It will be back 200%.
It's not a goodbye.
It's a see you in October.
See you later. See you later.
It's a see you in October. I love that.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, on that note, guys, make sure you're following us on all of our social media platforms. We're on pretty much everywhere. So, and we talk a lot about Discord because we love Discord and we'd love to have you there. And one thing I like to say is, like, the conversation doesn't end here, it starts there. So yeah. And if you're watching the video, you can see what me and Ray are currently rocking.
And
Sophia.
And Sophia. Wait, so Sunny's the only one without uniform right now?
It's in the wash. Okay.
She wears it all the time. She wears it to sleep, wears it out, wears it everywhere. That's why.
My uni, like, you know.
She wears it everywhere but this one podcast.
I'm sorry. It's in the wash.
It's in the wash.
It's in the wash. It's in the wash.
Yeah, and obviously if you guys want to support us further as well, you can buy us a bubble tea. We like bubble tea.
Yes, we do.
We love bubble tea.
Actually, on that note, we'd love to know, what is your favorite go-to bubble tea place and go-to bubble tea order? Let us know. We'll talk about it.
Link. No, not link. Sorry. Comment down below.
Comment
Comment
down
on the
below.
YouTube video. Comment on Discord. Yeah.
Just let us know.
Slide in our DMs on Instagram.
Do us sunny.
Network.
But yeah. I think that's everything. We covered everything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Only other announcement is we have so much exciting content coming later this year for the rest of the year. So
Yes, sir.
I'm so excited.
I'm so excited. I cannot wait. I cannot wait.
I'm so hyped. So hyped.
So we're rounding this off because we're gonna go hard into editing, working on all new content and new merch. So yeah, this is, I don't want to say goodbye.
See you later.
See you soon.
See you soon.
See you soon.
Oh, wait, do you remember what I said? No, I was like, you'll be hearing from us.
You. You'll be hearing from us.
Because it's a podcast. But
yeah, you'll be hearing from us.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for listening.
Domo.
Make sure you 5 stars.
Yes, please.
Thumbs up, all of that stuff. All of that stuff. Can you do that, Ray?
All of that stuff. Give us a thumbs up. Give us the 5 stars. All of that stuff. Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. I will, insert the outro music. That's not the outro. Let's go.
Bamnbeyond.